little bit. There we go. Daytime. Bazaar. Alright. Back to assassinating. The whole thing we came here to do. I need... Can you throw the wakizashi blades? No. Man, I wish you could. That would make this really stylish and fun. Okay, I have the grenades I need to do this, though. So. Not gonna worry about it too much. The trick is getting in. Getting into Carlson's estate. I believe it is a little tricky. May require some save scumming, pickpocketing, pickpocket save scumming type of thing. Because like Weston's, his gate is closed as well. But we'll see what happens when we talk to the front gate guard first. Hello, front gate guard. This is government property. Move on, stranger. And I can't shove him. What about this guy? Good day, stranger. New in town? Gunther? Let me make myself clear. The president is not going to be Okay. Alright, so one of the things I found pretty great about Fallout 1 and 2, and I think it's a thing in here too, is pickpocketing does not rely on stealth at all. Stealing is its own skill, and as long as you're doing it behind someone in the rear arc, that's where the chance to steal comes in. Doesn't matter if there's other witnesses, I don't think. But we're gonna save just in case because our skill is garbage with steal. And I need to get this presidential pass. Wow. Luck is with us this day. That was first try. Wow. Luck of doing a Let's Play, I'll tell you. Remember the Fallout 4 Let's Play? The first pie vending machine I came across? It was very early on that I got a perfectly preserved pie out of first try. Like first go. Man, that was something. Anyway, let's speak to the guard now. You're not authorized to be here. I have the pass though. Oh wait, I think I have to like use the item on him. Okay, you're clear. There we go. There we go. Huh, I was so worried. So we have Carlson's house here. I hope this is important. Mr. Carlson is a busy man. For some reason, the roof doesn't disappear the way it's supposed to here. But like you can go into Carlson's room and like the doors automatically close and stuff like that. Like it's pretty soundproofed as well. So you can pretty much assassinate him however you see fit. Also when the evening hits, I think you can sneak through when what's his name? Merc? Because Merc, this is where Merc lives as well. If Merc is going through the gate, I think you can sneak in then, but that might be trespassing. The plan is to go over here, hope that my companions don't get into Carlson's room. There we go. I can see him through this window here, like right behind the tree. So then, we save. Go into sneak. Throw a plasma grenade. And he's dead. Just like that. Carlson was quickly hit for 63 hit points, blowing through the armor that he wasn't wearing. Turn. No hostility. Guards didn't hear a gosh dang thing, even though it was a plasma explosion. I think it's because I had sneak active as well. But this one is a little out there in what. Oh crap! The gate's back up. I hope I can leave. Can I leave? Okay, you're clear. There we go. Cool. Yeah, this one. Man, it's almost guide worthy for taking out Carlson or just doing these jobs for the New Reno families. I don't know. But it's this is second and final job for Mr. Bishop. So we won't have to keep going back to the NCR now. That's a good thing. At least for now. So we can head back in our car to New Reno. And run into a traveler. And then ignore her completely. Bye! I want to work for Bishop. Not talk to everyone. 2nd Street. And the lovely part about New Reno. The lovely part about New Reno is you don't have to worry about having your weapon brandished in most cases. Unless maybe you're dealing with certain bosses. Maybe not even that. But we'll go up and talk to Mr. Bishop. I believe this is like the cutoff point where you're supposed to save and then wait, which I'm going to do just in case. So you can get an idea of what it means to become made man. So Mr. Bishop says, "You done Carlson yet?" "They're fitting Carlson for a coffin right now." "Well, what's left of him anyway?" Smiles. "Good job, Tribal. I'm impressed, and I'm not an easy man to impress. You got any work for me?" He says, "Not exactly. What I have is an offer. How about becoming part of the family? I got big plans, and I could use you. You're resourceful, tough, and you get things done. That's the kind of soldier I need." "I'm interested. What's in it for me?" "All right then, bottom line, you got a taste for women? I can make sure you're never lonely again. Maybe you don't like the girls, that's fine. I'll get you some glitter boys instead. Keep talking. You like to fly, get high, wire up? I can get you all of that. You want weapons, new hardware, a better piece of iron to plug some schlep with? All that bullcrap is yours if," raises a finger, "if you join the family." "Sounds good. Sign me up, boss." He says, "All right then. You got a name you want to be called?" I'll pick Measle. Measle. I like it. Now, if you want to cash in on your reputation, hit the bar downstairs or head down to Virgin Street to the Cat's Paw. If you want some weapons, head over to New Reno Arms. Will do, boss. All right. So that didn't happen. I just wanted to show you what our goal is. So this gave us the made man status for Family Bishop. You're the main man of the Bishop family. You're well known, well respected, and you look great in a fedora. But when you become the made man of one family, all 3 of the other ones hate you. So makes it kind of difficult to do their missions. And I want to get into Sierra Army Depot, which is achieved by working for the right family. Spelled with a W. Not the correct family, the right family. If that makes sense. So, that never happened. And Mr. Bishop is in a state to where we can turn the quest with him and be done. And get our made man status. So now we move on to the next family. Which I think I would like to do Salvatore. Alright, so to show Mr. Salvatore the proper respect that he deserves, or that he wants, that is, our charisma is at 4. We can't address him or Signor Mordino as Mr. or Signor, unless our charisma is 5, I believe. So, what do we do about that? I don't think I have any men tats on me. I know of a place to get some, but we would have to go to another town to do that, and I don't feel like doing that. So, instead, I'm going to try to get myself the mirrored shades, which, when put in your active item slot, in your active item slot, they will increase your charisma by 1, as long as it's active. So, I'll talk to Jules here and see if we can get the location of Golgotha, because that's where they are. He says, hey, welcome back. What is it you need from Jules, my friend? I had some questions. I am looking for chems. He says, brother, You need look no further than Humble Jules himself. I got it all, and if I ain't got it, you don't want it. Shall we get down to business? What kind of chems can I get in New Reno? He says, all kinds of crap. Well, I would like to know specifically, Jules, where does the jet come from? Has it always been around? He says, well, jet comes from here, Reno, I mean. It ain't been around long, but it's in demand. Know what I'm saying? Winks. #1 reason we get tourists like yourself. But why did jet come from here? He says, now see, Family Mordino struck the jackpot one day when they found this little brainiac called Myron. Seems he's a natural when it comes to making chems. He made jet. Myron, huh? Where can I find him? And Jules leans in. Now, I don't want to go on about the less pleasant New Reno sites, but there's this building, the stables, north of town, heavily guarded by the Mordino family. That's where Myron is. Stables outside of town? He says, yeah. Mordino's keep old golden boy there, give him chips, whores, anything he wants, as long as he makes chems. Jet was his finest. Ain't seen anything so habit-forming in a long time. Turn New Reno around, it did. Think I can meet this Myron? Jules says, whoa now, brother, here's some free advice. Don't you go looking to meet Myron, cause the Mordinos catch wind of that. They'll gut you and let you die on Golgotha. This is grammatically a nightmare to say. Don't you go be looking, and they'll gut you and let you die on Golgotha, as if I'm on top of the location rather than in the location. Golgotha, what's that? He says, yeah, this graveyard outside of town. It's where they put debtors and people who cross the families. They just string them up on posts and let them slowly die in the sun. Not my choice of dying. Stinks like heck out there too. Sounds great. Thanks for the info. So now I believe we've gotten the information that we need for both of those locations. And I found something interesting about the gravestones too. I think they're randomized, but we're going to go there right now. So we got the stables on the map as well as Golgotha. You know, I was saying about the lesser or minor locations showing up in the game. There's a lot of them around New Reno, and I'm gonna run it till daytime or get a random encounter with a bunch of dogs. Gosh dang it. I'm just trying to get to the graveyard at daytime. You stupid dogs. I'm gonna neuter all of you. I should be using regular punches. I just want to get through this encounter. Just want to get through it. That's all. I think Marcus has his laser rifle now. It's been a while since last session. Yeah, he has the weapon to slice dogs in half and many other enemies, which is lovely. But I am kind of formulating an idea in my head on how to do a guide on becoming made man with all the new Reno families, because I know there's the curiosity is out there. Like once you start playing through the new Reno area and start seeing like what families you can work with and what the conditions are to not work with those families, and the fact that there's a lot of cool stuff that you can miss out on because you make a family hostile too soon. I think it's a good reason to make a guide, even if it is a little exploity, because it is. You do have to exploit to get everything a little bit. Why can't I get close to this dog? Okay, there it is. It's dead now. 2 rounds, not bad. Not bad at all. So we're going back to Golgotha in the daytime. There we are at the Golgotha graveyard. So this obviously has the staked up bodies, kind of like MODOK does, but these are actual bodies. These are not dummies stuffed with Brahmana innards. These are actual... This stake appears to have a person impaled on top. Actual impaled people around here. And there's multiple stakes, like, for putting people up on, too. It looks awful. Looks like an awful way to go. So, due to the fact that we lose karma every single time we dig up a grave, I don't want to dig up every single grave here, but there are a couple that we will be digging up. And I believe it's this one that has the shades. And this confirms it too. Like I did this previously and it was a different name that came up on the gravestone. So they are randomized, I believe. Which makes things so much more confusing. Sulik, may I have my shovel, please? Thanks. So now we'll use the shovel to dig up this one, I think. I hope this is the proper one. Yes. It has the mirrored shades, which increase your charisma, and then some Morningstar mind script. So there was a Reading miner that got caught up in a bad situation and ended up being buried here in Golgotha. So you'll see that we can see our attributes here too. If you look at charisma, put this on, ups our charisma to 5. I'm gonna double check actually and see if... Yeah, so it just has to be in your active item slots. It doesn't have to be like selected, because it still displays as 5. So, but I like looking cool, so I want to have the shades visible. But that's our only reason for coming to Golgotha for now, but we will be back here later. So let's head back to New Reno proper and finally address the big man, Mr. Salvatore, the proper way, in the daytime. Even though it's not going to matter so much. Okay. One of my favorite things, one of the things I like is I can just have my weapons out. I think I'd said that before. Pretty sure it wasn't that long ago I said that before. Don't have to worry about putting your weapons away for bosses and stuff like that. So, go up here. Well, I got the shades, but I'm still not getting the outcome that I want with Salvatore's dialogue. I'm trying to make sure that you all know the importance of having a decent charisma. So maybe the charisma value I need is 6 instead of 5. So I'm gonna go check with Renesco, see if he has a dose of mentats, because I currently don't have that many. I don't have any, I think. So I'm gonna barter with him. He does have a dose of mentats, thank goodness. And other chems. I don't need the other chems though. Oh, and I can pay with with some Morningstar mind script. Some Wakizashi blades. I think I gave Sulik one already. Yeah. So now I have the mentats. So go never mind. And then we'll head back over to Salvatore's bar. I just don't want to leave town. I just don't want to get kicked out of, have to leave town to figure out how to be respectful to Louis Salvatore. We have left town too many times already. So I'm going to take the mentats, raising our charisma up to 6. And now we'll talk to Mason. He says, "What are you doing here, Punchy? Lose your way to the boxing ring? Get out of here. What's behind that door?" He's being sarcastic. "Behind that door? That door right there? Why? That's Mr. Salvatore's room. Now beat it." "I would like to see Mr. Salvatore. I want a job." He says, "Look, maybe you ain't heard, Tribal, but this is Salvatore's place. My job is to make sure the boss ain't bothered by yapping dogs like you. Now run back to your tribe and cook up one of your people for dinner." That was rude. Also, I said, I would like to see Mr. Salvatore. He said, "I warned you, a-hole. Now you're..." Mason suddenly pauses, listening to something you can't hear. After a moment, his teeth clench. Mr. Salvatore says you may come in, Caedo. "All right then." Mason stops you. "Look," leans in, lowers voice. "Some ground rules, boy. Don't waste Mr. Salvatore's time, and don't give him any bullcrap, or you'll answer to me." "Understood." Mason stops you again. "I ain't done yet. You show respect. You call him Mr. Salvatore at all times, and when he talks, you shut up and listen. Understand?" "Understood." Okay. So now, he'll graciously let me through the door, and then I'll talk to Mr. Salvatore. There it is. Okay, so this is what we want. The elderly man looks at you, his face gaunt and covered with liver spots. He is holding a breathing mask, which is connected to an oxygen tank by his side. "What do you want of me?" "Mr. Salvatore, you have a reputation for strength and fairness. I want to work for you." Takes a breath from the oxygen mask, gives you a slight smile. "Of course, but I require a token of your good faith, a sample of your willingness to work for me." "What would you have me do, Mr. Salvatore?" Always say this. Takes a deep breath from the oxygen mask. "There is a man who has used his skill with cards to rob me. The sum is trivial. The insult is not. I want him killed and the money he stole returned." "Who is this thief?" Salvatore stops me. Mason will have the details. Nods at exit. Go now. Thank you, Mr. Salvatore. I will go ask Mason. Okay. That's the kind of dialogue you want to happen. And all of the sentences basically ending with Mr. Salvatore. Because if you don't, you won't get his final mission and you won't be able to become made man. So, Mason, he says, about time you showed, boy. This bum that stole from Mr. Salvatore. His name's Lloyd. Mr. Salvatore wants him dead and that money he stole back. When you've done the job, report back to me. Understand? Think you can handle that? Where can I find Lloyd? Mason says he's been laying low, so tracking him down is going to be your job, boy. Best bet? Check some of the bars along Virgin Street. Lloyd might be running another hustle there. That's all I need to know. Thanks, Mason. Special thanks to my Wasteland legends, Sven and David Hoover, and thanks to the rest of my patrons on screen now. You can catch future episodes of this playthrough on Wednesdays and Fridays, noon and 10 a.m. Pacific. Thanks for watching. I'm Caedo Genesis, and may you wander the wasteland like you own it.